Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is Monday, and it's our coaching, our motivation, our mindset, and practical tools and strategies episode. Today we are talking about changing our behavior, changing our mindset, changing our thinking as tools to start making better for us choices, be that healthier eating, be that fitness, be that nutrition, to start making those choices and doing those habits more consistently. So what is a very powerful concept or tool is starting from the identity, like who you want to be, what kind of person you see yourself being, what kind of person you see yourself living your daily life, creating your future. Like in the future, let's say you could be any version of yourself like you can possibly imagine. What that person would be like. What would they do? Like, are they fit? How fit they are? Are they amateur athletes? Are they professional athletes? Or are they, do they exercise for health and longevity mostly? What kind of nutrition choices do they make? What kind of energy do they have? What kind of traits of personality do they have? Are they grateful all the time? Do they help other people? Do they help other people to be better? Like, what kind of person, what kind of people do you want to be, guys? In my personal best best vision of self, I always imagine that woman who changes the world of food, who is a great entrepreneur, who makes businesses, who creates businesses and helps others to create businesses that change our food system for the better. I imagine myself as a leader, as a speaker, as someone who inspires better behavior in others. I imagine myself inspiring other by being who I am, and also having the most amount of energy and feeling great and feeling connected to other people and having great community of family, friends, loved ones around me, having abundance in my life and sharing that abundance with others. I imagine myself being really fit, not an athlete, but really fit for a non-athlete, working on all aspects of my fitness that require my attention in order for my body to perform its best. I also see myself being in great relationship with food, so I enjoy my food and I eat to have the best energy, the best performance, the best longevity that I can possibly have. So I sleep well, so I have a lot of energy. So I enjoy my food. I imagine myself being that, and based on that kind of person that I see myself being, I ask myself, what does this person do every day? What does this person do in this situation, whatever that situation daily, happens to me? And so that person, in order to be fit, in order to be full of energy, in order to have great relationship with food, not to get sick, in order to be an inspiration to others, that person, they work on themselves daily. They work through challenging moments, right? Whenever I feel like eating a lot of sugar because I'm dealing with difficult emotions, I ask myself, would that person that I imagine myself being just indulge, or would they deal with the actual emotion, with the actual challenge, with the actual problem in their life? And then I make choices based on that identity that I see myself being in the future. Because guys, at the end of the day, with every choice, with every decision, with every action you take, you shape your future. So your future self, they start now, like with the next action you take. So what kind of future are you creating? It doesn't matter what kind of amazing, great inspirations or aspirations you have in your head, if you don't act on them at the moment, then they don't matter. They're not gonna affect your future. So what kind of person you see yourself being, and what kind of actions does the person take today? The person that I might see myself being, they're gonna work out today because that's what makes us feel the best. So I have two people in my head, the future self that is always changing, always evolving as I evolve and change. And that present self who has the power to mold the future, to mold the self through actual actions in the now into that future. So I have those two versions of myself, and I constantly work with both of them. So who I want to be and how me today can invest more of my actions into that future vision of self. And then everything kind of becomes easier. Because if I see myself super fit, super energetic, super inspiring, my best self as much as possible, then it's obvious for me at the moment of choice what I want to be choosing to eat, to do, to exercise, how I want to interact with other people. In each situation, how I want to inspire others or elevate the situation or create a win-win situation. So for example, when it's night and I'm working on something, and it might be something at work, it might be something with my clients that I don't necessarily understand or that I need to work with. It might be not, getting enough clients or getting a no from some company that I proposed my ideas to. A lot of negative situations, or somebody told me something that is offensive or that kind of hurts, or somebody I love did something that makes me sad. We all have challenges in our life, but we all have also the choice of how we're going to react and respond to that situation. Whether we're going to move forward towards the person that we see ourselves being in the future, or we want to do something that is not our best and not creates the future that we want ourselves to be. So maybe it's night and it's challenging and you're hungry for some sweets and you just want to zone out and binge watch Netflix, binge eating, I don't know, some potato chips or ice cream. You want to do that, but then there is a part of you that knows that that action is not the action that the future vision of yourself, the one that you aspire to be, would make. That's not the choice. And you always know that inside, and take that moment, stop yourself and think what that action that I'm about to take will build in the future, and take the action that is closer towards what you want to live, who you want to be. And that's the best hack and coaching tool to change your behavior for good. And so when my clients come to me, at first they think they're going to get some program and accountability coaching to push through, those healthy eating habits and those fitness habits and get the results. And after that, they're going to be someone who takes different actions or have different bodies, different habits. But what's happening is that through our coaching, people's identities change. And so the most important thing that happens is that the struggle ends, because my clients start to understand the version of self that they want to be on a daily basis and the actions that they need to take on a daily basis. And so now the question is not, how do I make myself eat better or choose vegetables instead, additional portion or serving size of vegetables instead of a dessert. So the question now is not how I make myself. The question is what kind of person I want to be and then the actions fall into place. Like, not everybody needs to be super lean, not everybody needs to be an athlete, not everybody needs the same things, not everybody wants to go like sugar free or low carb 100%, but we all have our own inspirational model of self. And once we know what that model is, once we're really clear about that future self, then we usually just need a little bit more information, a little bit more accountability, and we naturally move toward that vision. And we start to understand that it's not 3 months to our ideal weight. It's not 6 months to our ideal weight. No, it's just shaping your choices, your decisions more and more, and getting used to that decisions and actions towards that person who we aspire to be. And again, the question is not anymore like, should I choose vegetables or should I choose dessert? No, you just know who you want to be, and you know exactly what kind of choice that person would make in that specific situation, whether they would go for sugar or whether they would choose going to bed, sleeping, getting enough good quality sleep, and dealing with the situation the next morning with a fresh head, with a lot of rest in your bag, and with much better thinking abilities. And so the coaching, to sum it up, the coaching tool you want to start practicing this week and 2020 and onwards to make it the best decade of your life is the coaching tool is start with identity. Who you want to be, who you aspire to be, what kind of example you want to give to your kids. If you check my Instagram today, I posted this video where one of the scientists, medical doctors I'm following, Peter Attia, who is probably the biggest authority on longevity, on the practical aspect of longevity these days. So he posted a video of him doing deadlifts, and then there was his son also having some kiddie bar with weights, also lifting it up, and then having fun with that, and learning through example what healthy fit adults do. And I bet for this kid, his future is pretty much defined already. He's gonna do fitness, he's gonna do exercise because that's what he sees his role model doing. So, but you don't always have your parents to be your role models in certain behaviors. You don't always have teachers and immediate friends or coaches right there, but you can always be coached by your own vision of self in the future. And so imagine that self, imagine that future for yourself, and then whenever there is a choice in front of you, the one that either commits to that future self or to that past self, the one that you want to leave behind in 2019. So next time, just start with identity, figure out who you want to be, and make decision based on that, with your healthy eating, with your nutrition, with your fitness, and you'll always make a better choice that will eventually lead you to better you. And that's how we grow, guys. There is no rocket science behind that. People did that before you, people do it every day, and you can do it too. And if you need coaching, if you need help through the process of change, daily coaching, daily motivation, daily accountability, reach out and let's start working, because coaching and having someone with more experience, with more knowledge guiding you through the process is definitely worth your the investment of your time and your money. And if you ask me, it's the best investment of your money, because you are investing in yourself and in your future self. And I always learn. I get coaches for my career, for marketing, for business. I take courses, I get coaching, because it works. And that's what people who make it from zero to hero do. We get coaches, we get education, and then we succeed, and then we change, and then we get more education, and that's how you change and you grow, and your life changes also. So anyhow, to sum it up, start with identity to change your habits for life. So who you want to be, and do what that person does today to shape your future. Start practicing it this week. If you need support, reach out. Angela at Create Yourself that today. That's my email. You can also find it in the show notes. And guys, be your best self. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.